ᓁᓐ니അᓅɁt. Quvianatamani katimagunnang migatta ullumi nuvarjuarnaalu taqaraluarami quvianatamani gunnarmi yugu tamani gunnarmi yusi Marie Vivi Belonguyanga amma quviasippunga periyaulaorama uqartiu gunnarmangama ullumi quyannami aperiyaulaorama My name is Marie Vivi Bello. Let me take this off. I was very, it's a privilege to have been asked to host this very important event today. What a beautiful occasion it is on a beautiful day. There's simultaneous interpretation. Please have a headset ready. So we're here today to celebrate and congratulate the graduates of the Nunavut Law Program, graduates of the partnership of the Nunavut Arctic College and the University of Saskatchewan. They received their Juris Doctor degree in June, this past June. So in addition to celebrating the graduates, I see a room full of supporters, their biggest cheerleaders, their family, friends, community members, and I'm pretty sure they would say they have not been able to do it without you. You have been probably a shoulder to cry on. You probably gave them a hug when they needed encouragement. I'm pretty sure that you were there for them the whole way, and we're all grateful for the support that you have given them through those 4 years. And they've invited you because they're also very grateful. And all along the way, you have wished them success. You have held your breath with them, waiting for marks. You have wished them well on their exams. And you have wished for them nothing but success, and then indeed they have succeeded. So please, family and friends, stand up and let us show you our appreciation and gratitude for the support you have given them. You have stood by each other's side during these 4 years, and you'll do that for each other today as well. And we're also here for you, not just today, but as your career unfolds as well. The entrance was not quite the timing I was expecting, but I'll roll with it. But as we're talking about the graduates, they have entered in. I must say, you are a fine group of people. Your hair looks nice, your makeup's perfect, your atigi's placed just right. So now you can take a deep breath and enjoy the moment. We're here to celebrate you. We're here to be happy for you. No more touch-ups are possible at this point, so just roll with it. We're so very happy and proud of the graduates of the Nunavut Law Program class of 2021. And let's give them another big, big, big round of applause. And I know that some were not able to make it today due to some travel situations, but we're also acknowledging them and celebrating them at a distance. And I understand this is a day of celebration. This is only one part, the graduation ceremony, and there's going to be other events for our graduates to enjoy this evening. And as well, in their own way, because as we know, with big families and a lot of friends and a lot of community members, if everyone invited everyone they could, probably 3 AWG arenas wouldn't have been big enough. Lots of cousins. So to start the day off in a good way and our ceremony, we have ᓕᓐᓂअᓇᓅ, who will be lighting the ᓁᓐ today. ᓕᓐᓂअᓇᓅ ᓁᓐ ᒁᕕஅᓱþ.
Simula kami takwa isilitiyo upilibasi takwa padu disama animongnya tuya animong kutanya tualongnya tuya seorang tuya takwa orang takbani kuku kami yang takarawan kuliah misalnya kuliah dan sinauman terjualan ᓁᕗᓅᓅᓅᓅ ᓕᓐ니അᓇᓅ
It's for you people that are going to lighting here for you to your education and you walking in a bright world out there. Will be able to enjoy their own people and also will welcome you by lighting this coast. And this is how we welcome our Inuit by giving a light and being welcoming to everyone. And thank you, and I'm very proud of you.
So now I'd like to invite some of the presenters. On behalf of the Nunavut Law Program, I'd like to invite Lana Walker, who is the director of the Nunavut Law Program, and Stephen Mansell, currently Deputy Minister of Justice for the Government of Nunavut and former director of the Nunavut Law Program. And I'm sure the students all know you both very well. And please come up to share a few words on behalf of the Nunavut Law Program.
Ulakut, Tunga Sigit. My name is Stephen Mansell. I was fortunate to serve as director of the Nunavut Law Program from 2017 to 2020. I want to begin today by first sincerely congratulating every one of you on completing your legal studies. When I started as director in 2017, I knew this program was going to be important for our territory, but I never could have imagined how successful we would be. Serving as director of the Nunavut Law Program was an amazing experience and the highlight of my legal career so far. Being a part of the development and the administration of this program has been so rewarding. I'm so proud of each student in the program and extremely honored to have been part of this journey with you.
Ulakut, my name is Lana Walker. I was program director from 2020 until 2021. I echo Stephen's comments and want to first congratulate all of the students on finishing law school. It's no small feat. I took over as director of the Nunavut Law Program in 2020, just as the program was entering its final year. I was fortunate to have gotten to know all of you through teaching one of the third-year courses. And I was thrilled when I was given the opportunity to continue to work with all of the students, the College of Law, and our partners in guiding the program through its final year of delivery.
I remember well the first day of the program in 2017. The classroom wasn't ready yet, so we crammed you all into a very small, hot, windowless conference room where I'm sure you thought you were going to be for the next 4 years. It was a bit of a rocky start, and I think I can say everyone, including myself, had a lot of nerves for what was to come. Putting on a law school in Nunavut had some logistical challenges, And there was a big learning curve, not just for the students, but for myself as director, the folks at USask, and our partners at the Art College. I think I might have said the phrase, "Sorry everyone, the Wi-Fi is not working," every day for 3 years.
So although the Wi-Fi became less of a challenge in year 4, or maybe all of you just accepted the fact that it was never going to work properly and just gave up, we dealt with some other significant challenges due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We had so many curveballs thrown our way due to lockdowns and travel restrictions. We had to completely revamp our first semester schedule, cancel previously scheduled courses and professors, work to secure local instructors, change in-person exams to take-home exams, and figure out the best way to deliver courses remotely. Moving classes online with little to no notice is never simple, and it is even more difficult in Nunavut, where internet is expensive and unreliable. To say the least, the last year was a challenging one with all of these curveballs, but we all made it to the end despite 3 lockdowns under our belts.
There were definitely some stressful days along the way. A few freakouts, a few tears, but each one of you made the challenge and got through. I'll never forget when I handed out your first casebook. One student was determined that it was mathematically impossible to read everything in that book in 4 months. But we pulled together as a class and as a program, and we made it work. One of the things that always impressed me when I served as director was how each one of you supported one another. Through group exam prep, sharing notes, study circles, and even just an encouraging word in the classroom, you worked together and you helped each other get to today.
As directors of the program, we would be remiss if we didn't mention some of the other people who helped us succeed. Marie has also already thanked your family and friends and personal supports. I'd like to thank some of the other people and organizations that got us here. The team at the Nunavut Arctic College, who were there for us with housing and facility support, advice, and really anything else that we needed. The many support staff at USask who were always working behind the scenes to keep things running and who were always there when we needed help. The amazing faculty from USask across Canada and Nunavut who brought so much to the program and gave their time and energy to support this vision of a Nunavut law school. To the advisory committee for their ideas and dedication to the program throughout the years. To the many local lawyers who volunteered their time to support the students, coming into the classroom to provide guest lectures, taking part in the clinical law program, sharing knowledge, mentoring students, and exposing them to the practice of law. To IU Peter for her guidance and advice. To Serena Abelson, our librarian, for her kindness and support to both students and faculty alike. Elders Lou Phillip and the late ᓕᓐනිαᓅ for their wisdom and willingness to share knowledge. And a special thanks to Professors Doug Surtees and Martin Phillipson, who were there. They were so supportive and generous with their time, and they were always willing to listen, talk, and provide advice. The program would not have been as successful as it was without the hard work and contribution of all these people, and we thank them for that.
Being part of the program with you all has given me some amazing memories and experiences. Memories like watching you find your voices and your confidence in the first year mock trial. Memories like you trying to understand the spaghetti monster case in our moot court. Memories like trying to fit the giant check in a taxi after we won the Arctic Inspiration Prize. Our trip to the Bay of Two Rivers and learning about traditional law in the kitchen of ᓕᓕઅᓱથ督will stay with me forever and has helped form a bond between us that will last. You were my students. You've all become my amazing friends. And I'm now very happy and very proud to say that you are about to become my colleagues in the practice of law.
I first met many of you on a cold Wednesday night in January 2020 when Steve walked me into your classroom and introduced me as your criminal procedure instructor. I was so nervous, but I quickly became comfortable in the classroom and with all of you, and I looked forward to those Wednesday evenings. I think you did too, because most of you attended those classes. Teaching that course was an incredible amount of work, but it was rewarding and fun, and I wouldn't change anything about the experience. It has been an incredible pleasure to get to know all of you and to support you through the last year of your studies. And as you transition into practice as articling students. I have learned from all of you, and I'm so grateful to have played a small role in your professional development. The practice of law is rewarding, but also carries a heavy responsibility. And I am confident that the program has prepared you for what is to come. I very much look forward to soon welcoming you all to the bar.
Congratulations,
Nunavut Law Program, graduating class 2021.
Kuyanami, Lana, and Stephen.
And thank you, Lana.
And we'd like to hear from some of the graduates, and there are two that I would like to welcome today. Nuka Olsen Hukang Hakongna, James Takiruk. I would like to invite you to the stage to say some remarks and greetings on behalf of the graduates. Tungasut Lavut, Nuka Olsen Hakongna, James Takiruk.
Ulako, everyone. Thank you for being here today to celebrate our graduation.
Good morning, everyone.
Today marks the importance of not only the partnership that came together to make the Nunavut Law Program occur, but to celebrate and honor the success of the Nunavut Law Program graduates. We're very grateful to have been nominated as speakers at this event by our class and hope that the words we have to say are representative of all.
Almost 5 years ago, the announcement of the upcoming Nunavut Law Program was news across the territory. That is where our journey began, by filling out the application, gathering references, changing careers and life plans, and taking a leap of faith. Now here we are, a little older, a little wiser, impassioned with the law and all its flaws, and moving through a season of change.
Now we are transitioning from student to professional and taking the learning we received from our law school education, combining it with the knowledge and skills that we had before, and experiencing the change in full. We are a real force to be reckoned with, if you ask me.
It is a proud day as we join our legal colleagues. We have been encouraged from other Inuit and Nunavummiut lawyers, like our lovely MC, and graduates of the Nunavut Law Program, who journeyed into law before us. We feel welcome to the profession of law, and we are fortunate to have mentors and colleagues such as yourselves. As you know, our program was designed with a pre-law year tailored to courses regarding the Nunavut Agreement, legal research and writing, and Inuit history and government relations, among other courses. Having the pre-law year ensured that we hit the ground running when we started 1L.
Our program was also unique for many other reasons. We are a group of individuals with our own distinct set of skills and backgrounds. All of us came together from different walks of life, different Nunavut regions, and different responsibilities to journey this path together. The hardest thing about law school, besides all the reading, which I guess is mathematically impossible, is that your individual life continues happening. I admire the parents who made sacrifices and balanced the requirements of school along with family priorities. I admire the people leaving their home communities to commence their legal studies. I admire the people who started new families and the people who suffered loss and other silent hardships or successes throughout. These last 4 years have been dynamic for everyone. I am proud we have come this far.
Our cohort transpired so much resilience, which is not a term to use lightly, because resilience is not just about bouncing back and persevering throughout the adversity. It is also being known for the ability to navigate through a storm with pure strength and the special qualities, hidden talents, and passion that allow us to find that safe passage. We also got through the last year of school through a pandemic, and who would have predicted that? Throughout our law school journey, it was clear that we are a diverse group with interests that will impact and influence the territory. The discussion topics throughout our schooling were endless, extending to mental health, language rights, wildlife, the Nunavut Agreement, and other Inuit rights.
These discussions also stem to businesses, environment, legal aid work, government, housing issues, youth interests, families, wills and estates, and entertainment. It is clear to see that all of us will impact our regions and communities based on what we want to do, even if it still seems unclear right now. Today, we would like to extend a special thank you to the many people who contributed to our success. We would like to thank the partnership between the University of Saskatchewan College of Law, the Nunavut Arctic College, and the Government of Nunavut. We would like to thank the dean, directors, and professors. To have received such a prestigious education from a collection of top legal minds in their respective fields was a privilege that our class enjoyed. Thanks to the administrative staff who took the time to coordinate with our professors and sessional lecturers who also took the time out of their busy lives to teach us here in Iqaluit.
And we would like to thank our mentors, elders, tutors, cultural advisors, and guest speakers who shared a wealth of knowledge and expertise over the last 4 years. And most importantly, we would like to thank our individual support networks who were there for us, contributing to our success and uplifting our spirits when maybe some days it did not feel possible to see the finish line. Congratulations to us all. Let's continue to enjoy the day and this wonderful celebration.
And to our classmates, may your future paths be successful.
James Manuka. Thank you for giving us a bit of an insight of how your experience was, and we're so very proud of you. And I know that for me, in the past 8 years since I've been called to the bar, I've gone to many events and meetings organized by the Law Society of Nunavut, and have been the only Inuk in the room many times. But now, even during your studies, while you were students, you would attend some conferences and meetings and events, and already it's changed the demographics. It's already your presence has already been so noticeable, and I know that it's just gonna make the legal profession, law society events more welcoming and more comfortable for Inuit as well, and more representative of the population of Nunavut. And I personally thank you because it's on a personal level, it's nice to not feel alone and to be supported and to have that common presence,
Hi,
and
bonjour, and
I
hello.
really appreciate that, and I know it's going to make a big difference in Nunavut. And for all the graduates, with your energy, your newfound eagerness, it's going to be so refreshing for the whole legal profession in Nunavut. Some presenters are not able to be with us in person, so we do have some videos. We have the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Canada, Richard Wagner, who has recorded his greetings, and let's take a listen.
Hi, bonjour, and hello. Thank you, ᓕᓐᓂઅᓇᓅ, Dean Phillipson, for a kind introduction and for inviting me to participate in the celebrations today. I feel very privileged to be here with all of you on this important occasion. Graduates, everyone at today's ceremony, in person or via Zoom, is celebrating your success. We recognize the journey you have taken to get to this threshold of a promising new career. All of the lawyers here today, including me, understand and deeply appreciate what you have accomplished. You have earned your Juris Doctor from the University of Saskatchewan through your commitment, determination, and a deep desire to serve Nunavummiut. I understand that many of you will practice law in Nunavut. ᓵᕕഅᓱᑦ ᓵᕕ, many in your own communities. We have all received a high-quality legal education that encouraged the practice of Inuit social values. It has included the teaching of contemporary law and Inuit traditional law. And by virtue of your education and training, many of you are already articling across the territory. When we last talked in April, I was encouraged by how you share my passion for improving access to justice. It is clear that all of you want to help people resolve their legal problems and ensure that people in your communities have equal protection and benefit of the law. Access to justice is about equality, the foundation of our democracy. It guarantees our freedoms. People will only have confidence in our justice system if they have access to it. And for people to have confidence in our justice system, they must have access to it. Practicing the law is a great privilege. And with the degree conferred upon you today, also comes the solemn responsibility to uphold and build public confidence in the legal system. Barriers to access are systemic. There are no quick fixes. But recently, Canada's justice system has modernized at a pace that no one could have predicted 2 years ago. The catalyst was the pandemic. The public health measures needed to keep people safe during this devastating public health crisis initially closed all of Canada's courts. Talk about a barrier to justice. But within a few short months, courts adopted technologies that they once resisted. Every partner in the justice system responded with a great spirit of collaboration. Complicated processes were simplified. Laws have changed. For example, now in-person appearances are not always required. Few could have imagined that in 2021, courts would ever permit the submission of unsworn affidavits by email. Taken together, these measures reduce fees and court costs. They streamline processes and move matters faster. To my eye, these are clear signals that the justice system is open to change. In April, I enjoyed hearing your dreams and aspirations. I was moved by how many of you decided to leave established careers to study the law. Even the youngest among you spoke with passion about advancing access to justice and serving the unmet needs of Nunavummiut. Your trust and faith in the law fills me with inspiration. Some of you aim to be vocal advocates for inuktitut and traditional law in the justice system. Others have plans for making legal information and the courts more accessible to Nunavummiut. And there are those who intend to champion social issues, such as improve local mental health services. I urge you to stay true to your dreams, trust yourself and your instincts. There are many ways within the legal system to promote positive social change from what will be your prominent role in the community. And I can assure you that you will never have to work in isolation. Once admitted to the bar, explore the vast networks of lawyers for people who share your goals. Find your allies and work together. I also appreciated hearing some of your gravest concerns, such as the impact of the climate change in the North and the lack of representation among judges, including at the Supreme Court of Canada. Well, a few things have changed in the last 5 months. The Prime Minister appointed Justice Mahmoud Jamal to the Supreme Court of Canada. Our new colleague is a knowledgeable and great legal thinker. He also brings with him lived experiences that many immigrants and people of color can relate to. In July, the Right Honorable Mary Simon was installed as Canada's 30th Governor General. She has committed to using her influence to promote reconciliation, climate action, and mental health. As an experienced, effective leader and diplomat, I am confident she is the right person for the job at exactly the right time. I feel that all of you are also joining this profession at just the right time. Strong currents of change are flowing through Canada, from coast to coast to coast. The pace of Canada's truth and reconciliation journey is accelerating. The Me Too movement and Black Lives Matter movements are leading to tangible changes, notably in our legal system. The time is right to harness the power of these currents and use it to fuel your passions and achieve your dreams. I wish all of you a successful, fulfilling, and meaningful career. The law is a caring and noble profession, even more so today with your graduation. Kuya namik, kayo si tia nik ak pusilu. Thank you so much, and good luck.
And as we can tell, this program has garnered attention in Nunavut, but all across Canada, and I can only imagine how that might have added some pressure onto the graduates. But regardless of that, you all rose to the occasion and have prevailed, and here you are. And now I'd like to welcome our own Chief Justice of the Nunavut Court of Justice, Neil Sharkey, to bring some greetings and remarks on behalf of the Nunavut Court of Justice. Tunga sugit Neil Sharkey.
Thank you, Marie. On behalf of all of us at the Nunavut Court of Justice, our judges and our staff, I'm honored to bring greetings and congratulations to you, the graduates, and to your families and friends whose love and support has enabled you to be here today. As your Chief Justice, I'm happy for you. More importantly, I'm proud of you. After 4 years of hard work, thousands of hours of study and stress, you have graduated from law school. I look forward to the day when you appear in the not-too-distant future in the courtroom. I am confident that your advocacy will bring interesting and valuable perspectives to the issues we face today in Nunavut. And although your legal careers are just beginning, what you have accomplished here today will continue to serve as an inspiration to many. Well done, well done. Thank you.
Technology, with all its flaws, it really comes in handy, and we'd like to have a live greetings from Nunavut's newly elected Member of Parliament of Nunavut, Lori Ilau, who would like to say a few words to the graduates. Lori ᓕᕖ and she will be doing live remarks via Zoom, if all goes well.
I guess this is what a tall person feels like. It's so good to see you even through the screen. Congratulations. Upigibasi. It is a great day for Nunavut. I know personally the struggles and sacrifices you had made to be here. I'm so proud of you all. The path that you choose from today will mean great strength for Nunavummiut, no matter what path you choose. The sacrifices that you've made and the hard work that you've all put into completing your Juris Doctor will help you become great leaders and role models. You will be in a position of trust, and I look forward to hearing of your achievements. I've worked with some of you personally, and I've been proud of you from the beginning. While some of your classmates can't be here today, I hope you remember them, and I hope you celebrate with them. I think of all the classes that you've had to take and all the struggles that you may have had to experience. I went through all the same experiences that in completing my Juris Doctor, and I just need to say how proud I am of you for being able to sit here and complete your graduation, and we're all looking forward to what we'll hear of you. I'll be listening for all that good work that you will be doing. I hope that in the rest of your journey through your articling, whether you choose to or not, that you use your legal education to make a difference, whether it's through the practice of law or to make sure that any legal traditions are being realized. We'll all be hopeful to see that you're making a difference for Nunavummiut. It's okay to continue to ask for help. That's how I was able to complete my articling and become a practicing lawyer. I was able to open my own law firm because I was okay to ask for help. You do not need to take any journey alone. It's okay to stumble across challenges. We've all had to overcome challenges, and we will continue to do so. Every one of us, we can all hold each other up and ensure that we become leaders. Be the leader and the helper that you've chosen to become. ᓁ, I'm so proud of you. Thank you for allowing me to speak even through this technology. I wish I could be there, but I needed to come to Ottawa to start my journey as well. I'm just going to ask my husband Alan to join me briefly to congratulate you as well.
Hey, what's up? Yes, wow! So proud of you guys. This is how we made it, guys. You guys truly are leaders. We don't give up. Nunavut needs you, but you also need you. Remember, it's your right to look after yourself, but it's your responsibility, which means ask for help when you feel overwhelmed. All of us have went through it. That's how we rise. So proud of you guys. ᓁᕋഅᓅ.
Nunavut, Becky Mearns, ᓁᕋஅᓅ Nunavut ᓴᓚþᑐᓅᓐ. Let's welcome President of the Nunavut Arctic College, Rebecca Mearns, to share some remarks on behalf of the Arctic College and Government of Nunavut Department of Education. Becky.
Marie. I've tried to go paperless. We'll see how this goes, if I can actually read what I've typed here. First, I want to say thank you. It's an honor to be here today to celebrate with all of you. What a momentous day it is to have all of you sitting here in front of us having completed the Nunavut Law Program. I'm proud to echo the sentiments of today. Congratulations. You've worked hard over the past 4 years through unprecedented challenges, and you succeeded. You did it. Well done. So I want to extend my heartfelt thank you to the network of support that you drew upon to succeed today. Your family, your friends, everyone else that has helped you get to this point. It is your success as well. I would like to recognize the University of Saskatchewan. It has been an honor to partner with you on the delivery and completion of this program. I would like to recognize all Nunavut partners, some are here today, some are not, that helped to make this program happen. Many supports are required to deliver a program like this, from financial support, political will and goodwill, and organizational time and effort. So, although you have just completed a 4-year program, I appreciate that you are all at the beginning of a new and exciting career. I wish you all the best success in your upcoming year of articling. This year will challenge you and humble you, but it will also give you strength, focus, and clarity of purpose. I encourage you to find your passion, and by the sounds of it, many of you already have. But there are so many opportunities within the field of law, whether it's in legislation, policy, Inuit rights, or advocacy. Nunavut's legal environment is full of opportunity to grow and change. And thanks to the perspectives that each of you will bring, your commitment to your communities, to the territory, and our collective future. We know we won't change the legal field overnight, but I know that each and every one of you have an opportunity here before you to be part of that change. And I trust in your ability to do this. In closing, I want to encourage you to keep learning, keep adjusting, and keep trying. I look forward to a future when I hear that this graduating class are the mentors, teachers, and sponsors, hopefully in a Nunavut-based and developed law program, something that you can help create in the future.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone. I bring greetings from Toronto, the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississauga of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and Wendat peoples, and now is home to many diverse First Nation, Inuit, and Métis peoples. I wish I could be there with you today. I remember my graduation day with mixed emotion, the uncertainty with a period of my life coming to an end, and the adrenaline rush of feeling the world opening up before me with all its potential, and of course, the boredom of all those speeches. I'll try to be quick and not boring today. I just have 3 pieces of advice for you. My first piece of advice, you've had the great advantage of traveling for the last 4 years with the same small cohort. I suspect by now you're a tight-knit group. I could give you all kinds of advice today about jobs and how to do them, but I think the most important piece of advice I can give you is to hang on to the friendships you've made here and make it your business to create more. Behind every successful lawyer, you'll see a network of support, family, friends, colleagues, and other fellow professionals. These are people who can lead you to new businesses and can also keep you going when the going gets rough. All good relationships are reciprocal. Keep your network growing by being a good friend and colleague to others. It will pay off both professionally and personally. Good relationships don't just happen, they result in a lot of hard work and care. My second piece of advice, find a good mentor, someone you could speak with openly about your career. Your mentors may change as your career evolves, and you may have more than one at any time for different reasons. Choose your mentors wisely. They're giving you the gift of their time and wisdom. Treat them both with respect. My third and final piece of advice, and this may not surprise you hearing it from the president of the Canadian Bar Association, that membership at the CBA is a great way to build your professional network.
Thank you for joining us on this historic day of celebration and commemoration of the success of a unique class of law students. On behalf of the University of Saskatchewan leadership team, our faculty, our staff, our alumni, I would like to congratulate you for completing your Juris Doctor degrees, particularly in the midst of the challenges that the pandemic has created for all of us. With dedication and determination, you have adapted and succeeded as members of this truly historic first class of graduates in the Nunavut Law Program. You should be as proud of your commitment to completing your courses as we are of you. My wish for each of you is to take a moment to reflect on how far you have come, how hard you have worked to be here today, and the promise of the future that lies ahead. It's also time to thank those who have supported you along the way, your family, your friends, elders, professors, staff members, and fellow students who have helped make today possible. You are now members of a University of Saskatchewan family of more than 164,000 alumni, stretching across the country and indeed around the world. That distinguished group of USask alumni includes Supreme Court justices, provincial premiers, nationally renowned lawyers, and some of the country's top legal scholars. It's a College of Law alumni family that includes the likes of former Prime Minister John Diefenbaker and Governor General Ray Natishan. It also includes Saskatchewan's first female magistrate Tilly Taylor, as well as William Whatney, the first Indigenous lawyer to be called to the bar in Western Canada in 1954. And of course, that list of influential alumni includes the first director of the Nunavut Law Program, Stephen Mansell, who now serves as Deputy Minister of Justice for Nunavut. You are now part of a long and proud history of law at the University of Saskatchewan that dates back more than 100 years. It's a history that includes the establishment of Western Canada's first law school back in 1912, the founding of the country's first Indigenous Law Centre in 1975, and the university's ongoing commitment to the advancement of Indigenous legal education. Today, that history now includes you and your fellow members of the class of 2021, the first graduates of the Nunavut Law Program. Your degrees are a confirmation of your commitment and an affirmation of the power of partnerships. We were proud to partner with Nunavut Arctic College in Iqaluit and the Government of Nunavut to deliver this program, to provide this opportunity to help you pursue your dreams. The past year and a half have been challenging for all of us, dealing with a pandemic that has fundamentally changed our lives. In the midst of the challenges that the global health crisis created, you have adapted and succeeded, completing coursework online during lockdowns in order to stay on track to earn your degrees and to become the faces of the future of law in Nunavut. Our hope is that you can use what you have learned and experienced over these past 4 years to support and enrich the people in the communities that have supported you along the way. 5 years ago, the Nunavut Law Program was created to increase the number of lawyers in the North, to produce graduates who could practice in all fields of law, and to improve access to justice in Nunavummiut. Today, your success is Nunavut's success. As you reflect on your past and you look to the future, we encourage you to embrace the opportunities and the challenges that lie ahead, to always be creative and critical thinkers, and to seek new solutions to age-old problems. On behalf of the University of Saskatchewan, congratulations once again. We wish you all the best and a career filled with success wherever your path on that journey ahead takes you. Thank you.
And our last speaker for today is Dean Martin Phillipson, who will be saying a few remarks on behalf of the University of Saskatchewan College of Law. Let's welcome Dean Phillipson.
I never get nervous at these things, and I'm nervous. And I'll tell you why in a moment. I also encourage you to get comfortable because this might take a while. I used to stand in front of you in the classroom in the old hotel and tell you how great you were and how smart you were and that you're going to be successful, but it was going to be hard, really hard, and we were going to work you hard. And we did, but you succeeded. Good morning, everyone. My name is Martin Phillipson. I'm the Dean of Law at the College of Law at the University of Saskatchewan. And more importantly, I'm Dean of Law of the Nunavut Law Program. I want to begin by thanking lots and lots of people. Lots have already been mentioned, but are worthy of second mentions. I want to thank our two contracting partners, the Government of Nunavut, who had the sense and the foresight to fund this program, to produce 21 new lawyers. I want to thank the Nunavut Doctor College, Becky and all her predecessors, and all the ministers, deputy ministers, presidents, vice presidents, deans, and staff at both our partners who helped make this program a resounding success. In particular, I want to thank the GN for selecting a fabulous law school to help deliver the program. That was a joke, by the way. There's going to be some jokes in here. Not my best one, but they'll get better. And the Nunavut Doctor College for making us so welcome and providing our students with help, counseling, and support when they needed it. In addition, I want to extend a huge thanks to Judge Sharkey and the Nunavut Court of Justice, a University of Saskatchewan College of Law alumni, I hasten to add, to use their excellent facilities and providing the students with opportunities to expand their legal education beyond the classroom and into the courtroom. I also want to extend great thanks to Nalini and the folks at the Law Foundation of Nunavut, who provided both financial support and huge encouragement to me personally, the program, and the students, particularly in times of critical need for the students. They were there to help. A similar note of thanks goes to the Law Society of Nunavut and all its members, who again helped us and the students many times during the program. A particular note of thanks to the CBA, who also helped the program, including sponsoring many high-profile visiting speakers and other events that again massively enriched the quality of the program for the students. I also want to thank the members of the Dean's Advisory Committee for the Nunavut Law Program and many others. For example, the Advocate Society, and when Nastanya had to take food on his snowmobile over the hill to Apex when they got stuck by a blizzard. But they came up here and they helped, remember that? They came up here and they helped. So many people helped this program. I also want to extend my sincere thanks to many members of the Supreme Court of Canada, including Madam Justice Suzanne Cote, who spoke at the opening of this program. Justice Karakatsanis, who visited, Justice Brown, who tried to visit twice and couldn't get here, and particularly Chief Justice Wagner, who you saw, who took a personal interest in the program and in the students. I also want to express my deep thanks to the Federation of Law Societies of Canada for making decisions regarding the national requirement that allowed us to do some things differently up here. These students didn't have to sit the LSAT because there are cultural components to it that are simply unfair. And also that there's nowhere to sit the LSAT in Nunavut. Similarly, decisions regarding waiving the 60 credit rule and allowing us to admit some students who have only had completed high school and replace that with a 30 credit introductory year. And I think the results speak for themselves. There's food for thought in that model of a one-year preparatory program, and we will take that away and think about that. Next, I want to thank all the faculty from across Canada and in territory who helped deliver the program. While a lot of the faculty came from the University of Saskatchewan, we had professors from law schools all across Canada, including Queen's University, the University of Alberta, and the University of Victoria. There's a full list we could provide you. And while it's hard to single out some, there are some extra honourable mentions. I want to thank Ben Ralston and Wendy Parks for teaching the first year of the program and giving such a solid foundation on which to build. I want to thank the local faculty who stepped up for us: Mark Mossy, Laurie Idlew, Kat Selkirk, Mark Narole, Anne Crawford. I also want to thank Sheila McPherson for coming in from Yellowknife to teach family law and support the students. I also want to thank those faculty who were willing to spend 14 days in quarantine in Ottawa after the pandemic hit. Ben Ralston and Shoshana, Felix Hone and Glenn Luther all sat in that dreadful hotel in Ottawa for 14 days so they could come up here and teach in person. That's dedication. That's commitment. Some of them had already been up here and they wanted to come up again and were prepared to go into 14 days of quarantine so they could teach these wonderful students in person. I'm enormously proud that we were able to deliver high quality classes and programming face to face here in Iqaluit and to continue to do that through the pandemic. There are no other law students in Canada who graduated in 2021, and there's over 1,000 every year, that got anywhere near the level of face-to-face content during their degrees. And I honestly believe that the students here may well have received the best legal education in Canada. I'm also proud that we lived up to our desire to ensure that the students here could learn where they live. And we brought the law school here and we did that. I'm very proud of that and proud of the entire community who supported us in doing that. In addition to these faculty, I want to mention Ayu Peter and Lou Phillip, who provided cultural advice and support to the students throughout the program, again, enriching the quality of their education considerably. Next, I want to thank the many, many organizations and individuals who provided financial support to the program. In particular, I want to acknowledge the Arctic Inspiration Prize for selecting us for an award and giving us that giant check that we couldn't fit into some Prius little thing in Ottawa. I'm sure we almost crashed a couple of times on the way somewhere. Anyway, I want to thank the Federal Department of Justice and then Minister David Yemeni, who visited here and provided funding. I also want to thank the Legal Services Board for a significant amount of funding. And I'm deeply grateful to both the Arctic Inspiration Prize and the Legal Services Board, who extended funds past the technical end of the JD program to support the students during their articling years. And we're still using those funds to support the students to get to the goal of becoming qualified practicing lawyers. I also want to thank several of our College of Law alumni who donated funds. In this regard, special mentions go to Ken Fredine, who helped several students attend the IBA conference in Saskatoon, Ed and Lynn Ratushny, who donated funds to assist student travel to the ᓁ, and Beth Bilson, who also made a generous donation to the program. Okay, I'm getting there, but not even halfway yet, so I said, get comfy. Finally, on the thanks bit, but I'm nowhere near finished, I want to thank three amazing people: Steve Mansell, Lana Walker, and Serena Abelson, who were the only 3 permanent staff of the Nunavut Law Program. As has been mentioned, Steve is a graduate of the College of Law, a member of the class of 2007. He studiously avoided my classes like the plague when he was a student in Saskatoon, and I sat down in the conference room in the Ministry of Justice and thought, I kind of recognize that guy. I wonder who he is. And then sure enough, it turned out he was one of ours. The program simply would not have been a success without Stephen. From arriving here in September, and we realized we had no classroom. There were literally no walls in the classroom. And it was Friday, and it was like, what are we going to do? From having to reprint all of the programs for the opening event on Steve's home printer. It took like hours. Teresa, God bless her, stayed up all night printing these programs. And we could just go on. There are so many instances throughout the program when Steve helped a student, used his connections, his diplomacy to ensure that the program moved forward, sidestepped an obstacle, got over a problem, etc., etc. I could spend an hour talking about Steve, and I might. No, I won't. But I can just sum it up by saying that Steve was simply indispensable. And every time I left Nunavut, I knew that the program and all the students were in safe and more than capable hands. I owe you a deep personal debt, my friend, and the students do too. And then he quit. Said it was his dream job, yada, 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 and quit with a year to go. Thanks, Steve. Thanks a lot, buddy. Yeah. But then Lana stepped up. And we quickly forgot all about Steve. Steve who? Now, Steve's dead to me. The words seamless transition don't quite do Lana justice, but she did such a fabulous job guiding students through to the end of the program, through a pandemic, and then for many of them into their articles. Her care and compassion for the students shone through again and again. Again, I knew that the program and students were in safe hands, Lana, even if I couldn't be here to check on it myself. I just cannot thank you enough, and neither can the students. Finally, and she will be here eventually, Serena Abelson. She didn't have her permission to fly yesterday. She called me in tears from the airport, but we got it for her, and she's on the 9:30 flight, so hopefully she'll be here soon. Serena was our librarian. She was the librarian in the Kitsarak program and brought all her experience from being that librarian to help the students from year one right through to the end of the program. Her willingness to work with the students and provide them with personalized assistance and help was remarkable. No ask was ever too much. In Saskatoon, I really have to thank my Associate Dean, Doug Surtees, who made sure we followed the rules through the program. I'm not great with rules, and provided help and support, and most important, sage advice to me and Steve and Lana. I also want to thank my other Associate Deans, Heather Haven and Tamara Larry, and a huge shout out to Tracy Ray, my Finance and Admin Director, who kept the money flowing, made sure that students got tickets to fly home or students got tickets to come to Iqaluit, and to Chris Harris for booking the travel. I also want to thank many of the staff in Central Admin at the University of Saskatchewan and in the Nunavut Arctic College, including Jovi, Alex and others for all their work. Almost done, with the thanks bit, that is. I also want to thank the amazing Shannon Durand, who only joined the College of Law staff this year and has helped pull today together with kindness, patience and tenacity. And the student members of the NLP Graduation Committee, Pascal, Nuka, Robert and Tagalik, for their amazing work. Okay, I'm just getting warmed up. Now the speech begins. Despite my youthful charm and good looks, you may be surprised to realize that 2021 represents my 30th year as a law professor. In those 30 years, I've taught in 2 Canadian schools, at Osgoode Hall Law School and the University of Saskatchewan, and I spent almost a decade teaching in New Zealand and Australia. By my reckoning, I've taught over tens of thousands of law students in my career, and I can honestly say I have never been prouder of a group of students than I am of the 21 students who sit before me today. When I arrived in Iqaluit for the first time in 2016, and in that year leading up to the start of the program, I promised a couple of things. 1, I would ensure that the students got a high-quality legal education. And 2, I would not discount the currency of the University of Saskatchewan JD degree. The students would have to work hard to earn that qualification. They would deserve that degree by earning it. I firmly believe we've more than delivered on those promises, and those students have delivered on that promise. I think they've received a first-class education. I also firmly believe, and the President stole my thunder as he always does, they've graduated from one of the finest law schools in Canada. We're the 3rd oldest law school in Canada. These students were the 112th cohort to enter the school and are members of the 109th graduating class of the school. They joined the ranks of thousands of University of Saskatchewan College of Law alumni, including former Prime Minister John Diefenbaker, several provincial premiers, 3 Supreme Court judges, including arguably our greatest graduate, Emmett Hall, who in 1970 wrote the dissenting decision in Calder, which saved Indigenous rights from complete extinction in Canada. He did his law degree at the University of Saskatchewan. We've taught 5 generations of his family at the University of Saskatchewan. We are currently the only law school that counts more sitting Chief Justices in Canada than any other law school. The Chief Justice of Saskatchewan, the Chief Justice of Nunavut, and the first female Chief Justice of Newfoundland and Labrador, Deborah Fry, from the class of 1980. Hundreds of judges across Canada have been College of Law alumni. They also joined Royal Commissioners like Roy Romano, Lieutenant Governor Raina Tishan, the first Indigenous person to represent Canada as a diplomat, the founder of the federal court system. Yes, Wilbur Jackett was the first Chief Justice of the Federal Court of Canada and founded the entire federal court system. He's a graduate of ours from the small town of Kamsack, Saskatchewan. The founding deans of Queen's Law School and Windsor Law School. Yes, they were founded by College of Law alumni. Bill Lederer and Walter Tarnopolsky, in case you're interested. They also joined one of the most significant individuals in the formation of Nunavut. 4 years ago, I brought Tom Malloy with me to represent the University of Saskatchewan at the opening ceremony. Tom was the chief federal negotiator in the negotiations that led up to the creation of Nunavut. Sadly, we lost Tom to cancer in 2019. He would have loved to have been here today. He's left an indelible footprint on Canada and this territory, and he would be proud that he now shares his University of Saskatchewan College of Law alumni status with the 21 of you in front of me. We've also been a leader in Indigenous education for almost 50 years through the work of the Native and now the Indigenous Law Centre. Thousands of Indigenous law students began their education in Saskatoon, and over 75% of all the Indigenous lawyers in Canada began their studies in Saskatoon with us. I could go on, but this is where the important thing comes in. I want to make it very clear. We're very proud of our famous graduates, the ones you may or may not have heard of. But we're just as proud and perhaps prouder of the thousands of graduates who've quietly gone about their business practicing law and serving their clients and their communities in myriad ways. As lawyer, as chair of the Home and School Association, drafting a new constitution for their kids' hockey team, whatever it happens to be, volunteering to help somebody out with some legal skills who can't afford it. We're just as proud of them. So, you may not have known all of those famous people. You maybe would have heard of some of them, but that's how we do it. We have a proud tradition of genuine success, but we're humble, perhaps too humble at times, so I'm bragging a little bit today. However, that humility stems from something that I need to say to the students now, so listen up. The ethos of this school, of the 112-year-old University of Saskatchewan College of Law, is lawyer as public servant. Your job is to serve the public and your communities and your clients first and yourself last. The common thread through all the famous names I mentioned was lawyer as public servant, be it in politics, be it in the law, be it in government, whatever. They serve the public, they serve their communities. That's your obligation, to continue that tradition. You will work with people at the most difficult times of their lives. Will I go to jail? Will I lose my business? Will I lose my family? Will I get divorced? Will I be deported? You will be often with people at their lowest ebb, and you must approach them with humility, with kindness, and with the attitude that you're there to listen to them as people and help them. You've been given a skill set that not many people have. You've been given the privilege of that, and you must use it for good. You must serve your clients and your communities. Don't get me wrong, you're more than welcome to make money at it, lots of money if you wish, and then the dean will be after you to get some of it back. That's not anathema to the ethos. But just remember, lawyer as public servant is your calling. Okay, almost done. While it all sounds pretty heavy, and it should be, there are some privileges to joining these ranks. You've joined the most passionate and proud alumni I've ever come across. There are thousands of us across Canada. I've travelled to every province and territory as dean and met University of Saskatchewan College of Law alumni everywhere I've gone. When somebody discovers, and a U of S grad discovers you're a U of S College of Law grad, there's an instant bond. So wherever you go, wherever you end up, you'll find a group and they will take care of you. They will support you, mentor you, and give you whatever you need. I've already talked to at least one of you about that, but I'll find people who will help you. So wherever you go, let me know. We'll find somebody to help you. And you have the obligation to do the same. Okay, last thing is purely directed to the students. The rest of you can cover your ears if you want. I meant what I said at the very start. I've never been prouder of a group of students than I am in you. I know at times I'm prone to hyperbole, but I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I want to thank you for all your dedication and hard work over the last 4 years. I've told you before, I found all my visits to Iqaluit, first to meet with you and then to share with you, nourishing and energizing. You reminded me of what was important, why I became a professor and why I became a dean. The short answer is students. When I first met you all at the opening ceremony, remember, over there? I sensed your nerves, your fear, but I also sensed the determination amongst you. I talked to you and welcomed you, and I knew we'd chosen well. And boy, did you deliver. Law school is hard. At times it's very hard. And at times you wavered, but you kept going, you persevered. And life, with all its trials and tribulations, kept running along too, alongside you. We have babies that were born during the program. Many of you experienced deep personal losses during the program. I lost my mum during the program. I couldn't travel to her funeral because of COVID. But the perseverance I witnessed from many of you in face of perhaps the greatest loss a human being can experience kept me going. You inspired me. We had such plans for you for year 4. We gave you a horrible year 3 full of horrible subjects like evidence and administrative law and all that god-awful stuff. But we had plans for you in year 4, exchanges to meet Sami law students in Finland, exchanges to European law schools, a chance to come and study in Saskatoon and to meet your fellow graduates in the class of 2021. But COVID took those things from us, from you, but you kept going. Okay, almost there. This has been the greatest experience of my professional life and the greatest success of my professional life. I've taught on several continents. I even spent 3.5 years completely rebuilding a medical school from scratch, and nothing comes close to the pride I feel now. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the privilege of being your dean. You reminded me of what matters. It's not shuffling papers, looking at spreadsheets, worrying about budgets. Although to the bean counters in the room, we delivered on time and on budget, on a cost recovery basis, so we didn't make a cent out of this program. But we are so enriched, and so enriched by the opportunity to deliver it. What is important are students. Students as people, not as numbers. I got to know you as people, and I'm sad today as I realize that this program is really over. I've come to love this place, the landscape, the people, going out on the land with you, even though we caught absolutely nothing. Was an experience and a privilege I will never forget. I was telling Sam this morning, my back will never forget the ride back across the ice, and the chiropractors of Saskatchewan are very grateful to you. I'm 53 years old. Don't look it, I'm 53 years old. So there may be a few highlights left for me in my career, but nothing will top this. Perhaps watching you grow as people and as lawyers and as leaders might just top it. I never allowed any of my staff and faculty from the word go to use the L word whenever we talked about you. I wanted to take as much pressure off you as possible. I know expectations ran high, and I wanted to make sure you were insulated from those things. I worked hard to make sure that you were protected and safe so you could focus on your studies. Expectations are high now, but I know you as people, and I know you as graduates now, and I know you can do it. You are the game changers. You will change the legal system in Nunavut forever. That's a big responsibility, but I've worked with you for the last 4 years, and I know you can do it if you want to do it. The world is your oyster. Choose wisely. You can do whatever you want. You can change the legal system. The only way Canada's legal system is going to make up for the horrors of the past is for having Indigenous people and people who understand Indigenous laws and traditions, and those who want to help them inside the legal system, fixing it from within. You are the people who can do that in Nunavut. My pep talks always contained the phrase, eyes on the prize. Remember that? Eyes on the prize. No matter how hard things were, how much you wanted to quit, you had to keep your eyes on the prize. Well, here you are. You have the prize. You've got it. You've joined the club. Now the challenge is up to you what you do with that prize. And I'll be back to check up on you. I'll be here to guide you, and you'll be guided as well by those thousands of College of Law alumni I mentioned. Okay, everybody else can listen now. The students in front of you, your kids, your grandkids, your spouses, your friends, are a truly remarkable group of human beings for whom you should be enormously proud. They're deeply indebted to you for all the emotional, financial, and other kinds of support that kept you going, kept them going, and helped them succeed. I hope they've told you that, and will continue to tell you that. I said 4 years ago, law school is not a solo event, it's a team sport. And what's a speech without a sporting metaphor, eh? And it was a team effort to get them through. And I want a round of applause, a really big one right now, for the teams of loved ones behind you. Come on. In conclusion, despite all the support from the College of Law, your families and friends, you did this, you achieved this, and my pride is immense. But the University of Saskatchewan College of Law lived up to our promise, and you excelled. We didn't make it easy for you. We worked you as hard or harder than our students in Saskatoon, and you blew us away. One of you graduated with the bronze medal. 2 of you graduated with great distinction, which was reserved for the top 5% of graduates, not for the Nunavut Law Program graduates, but for all the class of 2021 of 150 students. 1 got the bronze medal, 2 were in the top 5%, and 2 more were in the top 25% of the class. Some of you won prizes and accolades at national mooting competitions. We couldn't be prouder. So, again, I want to finish by simply saying thank you for the privilege of letting me be your dean, for the privilege of learning about this amazing place and its people, and for reminding me what matters most. As I said, I'm genuinely sad that this program is over, but now I have an excuse because I have 24 alumni in Nunavut who I can come and visit, and the dean's job is now to come after your money. I've been racking my brains trying to think of a way to finish this speech. I could go on all day. God bless, my mother and father were both Irish, and I think they must have kissed the Blarney Stone at some point. And I was trying to think, well, how do I finish this? Because it just could go on forever. And then it hit me. The combination of pride in my college, in my institution, and my faculty, and the people who helped you. The feeling of absolute privilege of learning about this place and its remarkable people and landscape. And the feeling of such pride in your enormous talent, dedication, resilience, and perseverance. And then I realized how I felt. And please forgive me. Umatiga.
Inuituk. My heart is full. Thank you.
Samantha Barnes.
Christine Benz Ellsworth.
Robert Como.
Guy Dargencourt.
Duncan Cunningham. Emily Carpet. Pascal McClellan.
Colin McKay.
Andrew Morrison, graduating with distinction. Bonnie Osborne.
David Lawson.
Luca Olsen Hupkinga.
Graduating with distinction, Michael Rapp.
Graduating with great distinction, Jasmine Redfern.
Graduating with great distinction and the bronze medal for the College of Law, Jessica Shabta.
And last but definitely not least, James Takura.
Let's give all the graduates one last round of applause. Continue to soak in all the love today and be proud of what you've accomplished. Stay humble, that's important. And families, friends. Thank you for joining us and for being their support. This is only the beginning, really. The support will continue to be needing every step of the way as they take on their next steps in their journey. So thank you for continuing to do that. And that will conclude our ceremony today. And thank you everyone for being there. And there's going to be a ceremony and a reception. Take lots of photos, stay and enjoy the day. Enjoy your evening as well and your own respective celebrations with your families. So graduates, you're invited to come up here to take a picture. I'm sure there's going to be lots of pictures with your family. It was a privilege to be here today with you. And congratulations once again to all the graduates.